What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. In today's video, guys, we're going to build the most busted team, the strongest team in Raid Shadow Legends. And I am talking about the Lizard team. If you guys had a chance to watch my previous summoning video, we finally got lucky, guys, and we hit that Sulfurian. And now we are able to complete the Pokédex for the Lizard Man. I'm not talking about all the legendary champions from this faction. I really don't care about Roxanne. But we can make Sulfurian, Ramantu, we can make, of course, Theox. And if you don't have Lazarius as a mythical champion, you can use Nekmo Thaar. So we're going to try to use both of them in today's video, just to kind of like give you a couple of different options and show you how powerful this team is. My most favorite thing, I gotta say it, is that now when I am doing Tag Team Arena and you have this freaking advanced quest, do a fight in Tag Team Arena with a team from the same faction is gonna be an easy peasy because this is a super strong team. So let me just quickly show you exactly what I'm talking about. I've made a video in the past on this team, but right now we're gonna have a full breakdown of how to build them, and I'm not only gonna showcase you Theox, I'm actually gonna show you the entire team. And basically this is a very powerful team for Platinum Arena, mainly when you're trying to push up. Yes, once you reach top 20, top 30, it won't really be as viable unless you're a super Kraken that has crazy gear, and I'm talking about 450, 460 speed, and just tons of empowerment, awakenings, etc. Which, by the way, is not the case, even though it might look like it. So I'm gonna do a couple of fights with Lazarius, then I'm going to bring in Nekmo Thaar instead of Lazarius, just to show you that you don't actually need Lazarius. But this is the big boy version. Now, there are a couple of different versions. When you use two different Lazarius, one of them will basically try to strip buffs, one of them will buff. That's why Nekmo Thaar is great to buff as well. He actually gives you more turn meter than Lazarius. Lazarius only gives you 20%. Nekmo Thaar gives you 30%. You don't actually need the increased attack because Theox is bringing his own increased attack and increased crit damage with the A3, so you don't really have to worry about the increased attack. So the whole idea is to build this team in such a way where the enemy is not going to cut on you. You're speed tuning your team so every single champion gets turn meter. Now the good thing is that Sulfurian, for whoever is not familiar, will actually give you turn meter whenever he applies HP burn. 5% for each HP burn. So if you land 4 of them, you're going to get 20% more turn meter from here, which will push you into Ramantu. Now, once Ramantu is going to apply debuffs with this skill, block active skills or block passives, what's going to happen is that Theox will gain even more turn meter because of this skill right here, the passive. Fills the champion's turn meter by 5 whenever an enemy or an ally receives a debuff. So that's how this team is kind of, think about it like a train effect, you know, one after another, bang, 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 going in the same order, more or less. So let me just quickly show you. We are going to jump into Platinum Arena where we're going to find a couple of stronger teams. But the main idea is you just absolutely demolish any opponent. Now, there are, of course, counters to this team. If you're slower and you're going versus a team that has a lockout, that has a Sifi, they have stone skin, etc., it will be much harder for you to get that job done. I'm not sure if this guy is faster or not, but we're going to find that out right now. A lot of people are actually super fast. You'll be surprised to see people over 430 and tons of people over 430 speed. Which, by the way, is pretty standard for a high-end Platinum Arena. It might sound pretty crazy for a lot of you guys, but it's actually not that fast. There are tons of people that have champions at 450, 460, you know, which is absolutely disgusting if you're asking me, but there are a lot of people out there doing it. There are a lot of people using a Lizard team as well, so let's counter the Lizards with the Lizards. Chris has his own passive. There's a lot of stone skin. That's why we have, of course, Sulfurian absolutely melting that stone skin. Then you have, of course, Ramantu locking the passives, and just like this, you're killing them. Now, you might encounter champions that are magic affinity, like Ancora, and you might not kill her, but you're gonna kill everybody else. You might encounter teams, for example, with Marichka. Marichka, she will proc block damage on the team, right? And the HP burn from Sulfurian won't actually melt the stone skin. Now, of course, if only Marichka has Stone Skin and the Nukers don't, and you're able to strip some of it, even if they have it, and you're killing the Nukers and Marichka is still left alive, guess what? That is absolutely not a problem. Check this team out. You have Harima, you have Ancora, you have Narcissus, of course, you have that Nacre too. Now, we're not going to be able to melt the Stone Skin from Harima, which actually we still managed to do it, funny enough. And just bang like that. I was actually expecting not to be able to melt it because she had immunity from Nacret. I'm not even sure exactly why we melted that Stone Skin, to be honest, but I don't care. The main thing is that we absolutely demolished this team in 6 seconds. And even if you're getting weak hits on Ancora and she survives, she cannot revive nobody because you blocked revive with Theox. That's why this team is the most powerful team in the entire game when we are talking about offense. Is just absolutely freaking nuts. And I love it. And I'm super pumped that I can actually build it now that I got Sulfurion. So check that out. Beautiful. We still have a Stone Skin on one of the Cupidas. He's left alive. Is he going to be able to kill my entire team? Most likely not. I still have Revivers in here. We have, of course, Lazarius that can revive. We have Sulfurion that can revive. 16 seconds. Not the fastest because we had a bit of a bad RNG. Now, I'm not going to attack this team, and that's mainly because, one, they have Temporal Chains on Warlord, which will reduce my speed once I'm going to buff. They have a +2 Sifi at 6 star, and honestly, I really think that she is faster. But just for the science, we're actually going to attack it, even though I shouldn't. Most probably they are faster and we're going to lose, but I still want to show you kind of like counters. You see, there we go. Thermiter, no HP burn. We logged the skills. Funny enough, we actually managed to get that job done. And I'm curious if right now... Okay, that happened. That happened, so it went a bit wrong. It went a bit wrong. My lights went a bit crazy as well on the other side. So let's see. Theox, he died. Okay. That's basically what happens when you have a Sifi that's faster. And it is a good counter for champions like Siegfried, for example. Even though we might not kill him because of the weak hits. We might not log the passive or anything crazy like that. He might stay alive. He might try to change forms and revive. He's not going to have any champions that he can actually revive. So let's try to find a team with Marichka. I do feel like that's actually pretty important to try and find something like that, just to show you what can happen in that situation. This team right here is going to be pretty fast. There's honestly no point to even attempt it because I know I'm slower and I'm going to lose the fight. You can actually have a bit of an issue when you're going against Marius because he will counterattack, right? Lazarius will try to decrease the thermometer, so that's one thing to keep in mind. You will have a bit of an issue when you're going versus Stormin if you don't have immunity or Stone Skin on your team. And as you guys probably noticed already, I have none of that, okay? I have no immunity, I have no Stone Skin on my champions, just speed gear. I just try to make them as fast as possible. Now, for example, if we are going to go versus... should we go versus this team? Let's see. This seems like a pretty solid team. Curious if that Theox will cut on us. I would assume that he won't. So we have Ancora. We have, of course, in there a Galatir, which is one of the most OP champions in the entire game. And you just instantly wipe them off with this team. You're canceling every single passive, and you're doing so many other crazy things. This right here is a nasty team, actually. We have an Odin in there. Crazy passive on him. But you know what? We're going to be able to lock it. He is faster. In this case, is not necessarily as important because we're going to cut on them. And just like that, we are getting this job freaking done. 6 seconds to farm a crazy team like that. Now, where is Marichka? That's something that I really want to see. Marichka, and not... Oh, there we go. This is actually a very nasty one. We have most likely we're going to have a lot of Stone Skin in here. And because of Marichka, we're not going to be able to drop it. We might actually even lose... Okay, only 1 Stone Skin. I'm curious if that bolster set will actually do anything. But right now, we haven't killed Galatir. We haven't killed Marichka. We killed their damage dealer. So what are they going to do from here? They're going to attempt to lock us. Yes, they're going to do that. But slowly, we are going to kill them. They're not going to be able to kill our team. They will crowd control the hell out of our team right here. Don't get me wrong. That Galatir is going to most probably stun the heck out of us. drop our Thermitor, lock our skills, and do whatever else he might be able to do. But then we easily recover. And that's because we blocked the revive on the damage dealer. And that's why this, in my opinion, is the strongest freaking team in the game when we're talking about offense. As mentioned, they all have counters. You guys know the drill. You know exactly how it works with that. Now, one thing that I really want to show you now is bringing in Nekmo Thaar instead of Lazarius. Because a lot of you guys will be like, Skratch, I don't have Lazarius. Can we get a Nekmo Thaar? So let me just quickly show you Lazarius before, because I'm going to move the gear from him. So this is my Lazarius. You don't need to have the stone skin accessories. Preferably, if you can, I would give him either a 3-piece protection. Either I would go for the new pinpoint set, even if there are a couple of accessories like ring and amulet. Because guess what? That will give you 10% more speed. It will give you accuracy, which will make your champion faster. Now, this is my Lazarius. He's not extremely fast. He is pretty fast for a lot of you guys out there. I know that. But if we are talking about the high-end arena, he's not fast. Trust me, I'm actually slow. I know it might sound pretty crazy, but 418 for top 50 arena, even top 100 platinum arena is actually slow. Most likely top 200 if you're thinking about it, because there's so many people that don't really play platinum arena but do live arena, you know? So 418 speed. All you really care about it is to make him as fast as possible. And then, of course, we'll follow the next champion, which will be Sulfurian, but we're going to get to that in a second. I do want to bring in Nekmo Thaar now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a preset with this on the global preset, and that will be for Nekmo Thaar. There we go. So we got it right there at the bottom. So right now, we're going to go on Nekmo. I don't have masteries on him, which will drop me a bit of speed because I don't have Lord of Steel. So I'm going to have to be a bit more careful in terms of what teams I'm attacking, you know. So let's go over to presets. And global presets, that's what we want. Try this on, equip. Bring this on as well. Same with the presets, global presets. What are they? Lazarius, is that what you had on? I would assume so. The banner is something that makes him pretty fast because it's a triple roll. Seems like I don't have space, which is a bit of a shame. So let's do a different thing. Let's just equip some random stuff. Let's give him that. Or actually, I have some protection. Let me just give him some protection. That might actually make him slightly faster. Double roll, no glyph on it. Yes, we are a bit faster than we initially thought. If I would have Lord of Steel, if I would have a 6-star blessing on Nekmo Thaar, if I would have some empowerment on him, will completely change the game, because I would potentially be able to make him faster than Lazarius. But as it is, he only has a 104 base speed. But this is just to show you that you can use Nekmo instead of Lazarius. And then we're going to go over to Tag Team Arena, guys. And then I'm going to show you all of the builds that I have on this team. This right here seems like is a resistance team, okay? Most likely that Duchess is on a resistance. And we might have different champions that are on a resistance build. But that is fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to manual it instead, because I don't have a preset for Nekmo Thaar. It does have a speed aura, which is not 25%, it's 19 instead. So let me just quickly show you what a Nekmo team can do as well. So thankfully, we are not slower than that Krixia. So we can buff our speed. We gain an extra turn. We can even use this skill. If we have enough accuracy, we can land the debuffs. If not, not a problem. This gives us more Thermitor. This gives us more Thermitor. And as you guys can probably notice, we have unlocked the Duchess. We have unlocked that UDK. And that's absolutely fine, because we killed their threat. Their damage dealer is dead, and they won't be able to do anything from here. And that Theox is going to absolutely demolish Duchess, absolutely demolish UDK. It just doesn't really matter, you know? So that's how you can make this team work. I know a lot of you guys don't have Lazarius, and if you are getting close to get your Amantu, maybe you got fortunate enough to have a Theox. Maybe you got fortunate enough to get a Sulfurian. And this is a very powerful team, especially if you're trying to still farm medals for your Great Hall. Now, if you only have 1 or 2 of these champions, guys, you can still combine some different teams with Pythian, for example, but they won't be as go-first team. So you will require to have preferably Stone Skin on your Theox next to a Savage, just to keep them alive on that initial impact, you know? And you will be able to pretty much delete them from the game in a very, very similar way. Now, let's see if we can find something else where most likely they won't be 1000% faster than us. Keep in mind, we are not as fast anymore. Let's attack a team with Marius, okay? I want to attack a team with Marius. Right here, we're going to gain turn meter. Okay, he's faster. Damn, he's actually faster. So that is a bit of an issue, guys. That is a bit of an issue. Let's see. Yes, we won't. Okay, we managed to remove the buffs. We are still going first. We're not locking passives, but we still managed to win the fight, even though we were slower. That's actually crazy. Look at that, you see? He doesn't even have a speed lead. And exactly what I was telling you. At 418 speed, I was freaking slow with that champion. This guy probably has a 420 plus speed on either Mikage or on other champion, because without a speed lead, they just cut on me, guys. That's just crazy, right? And there's so many random people like this that you have no idea who they are. You're not really seeing them mainly in arena on a daily basis, you know, and they just clap you because they're so much freaking faster. We have a +4 on that nasty Armans right there. It's going to be pointless to attack that one. Right here, I can tell you that Damikage is very fast. This is Cartman. He used to be a old OG Russian CC. Seems like he's back in the game. A massive Kraken as well. You know, he's always been pretty competitive too. So I know he spent tons of money on his return right now. Let's see a different team where we think that we might be faster than them with our Nekmo Thaar. Sifi right there, definitely not. Krixia, we are definitely scared of Krixia. Come on, game. Just give us one team. One team that we can actually attack, where we don't have to worry about them being faster. Now, we have this team right here. I'm not sure if we are going to win it. Most likely not. And that's mainly because we won't be able to melt the stone skin, and he might have stone skin on all of the champions. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I thought. So we won't win this fight unless we manage to basically remove the stone skin from Nice and remove the stone skin from Taras. That's where it comes in play, a strategy with Nekmo Thaar and Lazarius, and you drop Sulfurion. You can make, of course, Nekmo Thaar the fastest, then move into Lazarius, try to remove the stone skin with the A2, then move into Ramantu, try to remove the stone skin again, but that's a massive gamble, in my opinion, not something that I would like to do. Right here, there's not much that I can do. He's going to die, no matter what I'm going to try to use, because Taras is going to counterattack. So we're gambling right here. Are we removing stone skin, or we are not? And funny enough, seems like Ramantu is faster than Sulfurion on this run. And I have no idea why. But that's a perfect thing. Look at that. Beautiful. And right now we got clapped. And as perfect as it might seem, I'm not sure why Sulfurion went after Ramantu. Probably something to do with masteries. And right now I can't kill them because they have the block damage. Okay, so actually, do we ignore block damage with this? Or is it this one? Which one of the skills ignores block damage? Or none of them? I don't know why I remember that he will ignore block damage, but he doesn't, okay? So it's basically game over. And that's mainly because of what happened. But I do want to attack this team again. And it will be a massive gamble. I feel like I have the masteries that will give me turn meter on Ramantu. And when Nekmo Thaar died, he got turn meter. I feel like that's what happened. I'm pretty convinced that that's what happened. So let's do this again. Let's see. Okay, he did not got turn meter now, which is great. So we have that. Remove it! Beautiful! Even better than last time. Look at that. Oh, baby! Even reaction cannot freaking stop us. Let me just go on auto. Even reaction cannot stop this nasty team. And this was a crazy team. Nice is very powerful. Galatir is very powerful. Marichka is very powerful. And Taras is very powerful, guys. So that's what you can do with the craziest team in the game. And yes, I finally got it, guys. I finally built it. Let me quickly show you the builds on the champions, just so you kind of like get an idea. Of course, depending on where you are playing, Platinum Arena, Gold Arena, Lower Platinum Arena, etc., you can tune everything down to your own level, to your own gear. You guys know the drill. You don't have to copy-paste the exact same stats for the team to work, okay? So, let's start with Nekmo Thaar. As you guys probably noticed before, only a 1-star blessing, 389 speed. You can use this team versus slower, tankier teams, and you're gonna be able to climb faster when you are pushing Platinum Arena. Pretty solid, right? No masteries, as you guys probably noticed. And if I would have a 6-star blessing on him, I would either get Intimidating Presence, either I would go and get, of course, Temporal Chains, if I would have Intimidating Presence on a different champion. Temporal Chains will kind of like ensure that if they have buffs or anything like that, after, if by any chance anyone gets to cut on you, you're not gonna have to worry about it because you're gonna drop their speed. Then we have Sulfurion. You want to build him as fast as possible with as much accuracy as possible because he does require accuracy for this skill right here. I wish this would be unresistible. That's what Platinum should really do for Sulfurion to really make him God tier Void Legendary. And not only for Arena. I always said this about Sulfurion since the moment they released him, just because he would be much better even for the Spider Dungeon if he doesn't get resisted to apply the HP burn. Total stats on Sulfurion, 56k HP, 3.6k attack, which doesn't matter. Survivability is not as important. Yes, it's good to have it, but all that matters is to have as much speed to ensure that the thermometer that you're getting from Nekmo Thaar or Lazarius will ensure that nobody can cut on Sulfurion, right? So he goes in, he applies the HP burn. I only have 700 accuracy on him. I'll be honest, the sweet spot will be 800 plus, but I don't have a 5-star or a 6-star blessing on him. Once I'm gonna get that, everything will change. I can still get much better gear. This is actually a pretty good amulet because it gives me some accuracy. You see, I have the new set, and bang, I'm getting 20 accuracy and 10% speed, which is massive, right? So I just built him with perception and speed. This is not the best accuracy chest piece because it's only a double roll on speed. This has some accuracy, but not all of the pieces have insane stats, you know? And the boots are actually pretty bad with 1 roll only. This is definitely something that I can change. The banner is not ascended to get the accuracy. We don't have speed glyphs to max most of the pieces. Masteries. Now, because we are mainly going to use him in PvP, I don't care about using Sulfurion in any PvE content at the moment. Maybe I will put him actually on my team for the Odin dungeon. I feel like he's gonna be a great fit in there. But I'm not gonna go with War Master, guys. That's something that you would wanna get if you're doing Hydra and other PvE content with Sulfurion. Tier 6 for us, we actually have Eagle Eye that will give us more accuracy. Of course, getting Lord of Steel will be pretty important. Pinpoint accuracy, charge focus, just to increase that accuracy on the champion. And as a blessing, you will wanna get Incinerate for PvP, because this will increase the damage that you are going to deal with HP burn versus Stone Skin and pretty much everything in general in Arena. So that's how we're melting the Stone Skin. Then we have Ramantu. You want him to be a bit slower than Sulfurion. It doesn't matter if he's 2, 3, 4, 5 speed, as long as he goes after Sulfurion, and you've seen it why in the video. Again, as much accuracy as possible, as much speed as possible. He's not at 5-star. Hopefully one day we're gonna get a 5-star. I will keep an eye on the shop, of course, to try and get it. 6-star will be even better. But look how many sets we have. Perception, right? Then we have, of course, accuracy. We have pinpoint. And we have feral. And all this allows me to give him so much accuracy at this speed. Because this on its own will give you 40 accuracy. This on its own will give you 20 accuracy. So that's 60 accuracy just from 2 accessories. If I would get a good banner from one of them, will be even better. Now, in terms of a blessing on him, he's going to be the champion that will have Intimidating Presence for my team 100%. Hopefully 6-star one day, as I mentioned. And Masteries, again, very similar with Sulfurion. One thing that I would do, I would drop the Cycle of Revenge, just in case if anyone will counterattack from the enemy team. And that can trigger this and make him go in front of Sulfurion. So one note for me, I need to change the Cycle of Revenge. So that's why we have Eagle Eye as tier 6, sorry. In terms of the damage dealer, guys, and that was the... Actually, we haven't talked about the total stats, right? 47k HP, 3.1k defense, 3.9k attack, 347 speed, 794 accuracy. That's what matters. Speed and accuracy. The rest is irrelevant, and make it to your own level. You don't need to copy paste this. If you cannot reach these stats, it's fine. You're not going to fight the same opponents that I'm fighting because you're not able to do it, because the gear doesn't allow you, or the champions. And then we have Nekmo Thaar, a freaking beast. Now, this is my Hydra build, actually. I haven't really changed much on him in terms of PvP. He is on a 6-piece Merciless. Thankfully, I got this banner recently. It's not perfect, but it's much better than what I had from Merciless. So I managed to replace this. Good speed, 1 roll on attack. I'm happy with this banner. You can build him on Savage, not a problem whatsoever. You can build him on Lethal. He deals enough damage to kill the opponents no matter what, you know. Total stats on him, we have 8.2k attack, 258 speed. I actually tried him before at 230 speed, and he was still going most of the times. Every now and then, if the opponent was fast enough, he was going to get cut on. So that's why I actually increased a bit of speed on. And I'm talking about opponents that are 400 plus speed, you know. That's who's going to cut on you if you have him at around 220, 230 speed. 100 crit rate, 264 crit damage. Once I'm going to get him to 4-star, of course, I'm going to get more crit damage from the Blessing. At the moment, I have a Haven Cast on him. I will gain some buffs regardless, so that will help. I feel like even at 6-star, there isn't much else that you can get on him to be much better for what we're doing right here. Even for PvE, because you're going to use this champion in Hydra without a doubt, right? He's just too good not to use him. There isn't a better Blessing but Crushing Rend. If you get Crushing Rend on him for PvE, it's going to work perfectly fine for PvP as well. So then, is the best choice to go on Crushing Rend, basically, you know? But that's what we have on Thaar. Masteries, offense, and defense. He doesn't land any debuffs or anything like that. One thing that I could potentially do, and that's mainly for PvP, is to put Shield Breaker. This will increase the damage when we're going versus enemies that have shields. And another thing that I need to do on him actually ASAP, because I'm going to forget, and that's mainly for my Hydra team, I'm gonna have to basically bring in Life Drinker. Sometimes he freaking dies, and I actually forgot that he doesn't have a Life Drinker, so this will actually help us quite a bit, you know. So we're gonna go in like this with Helm Smasher. I will get a bit of extra defense just to have him survive better in the Hydra clan boss, and we're gonna go down like this. So that's what I would get on him. PvE, PvP, right? You can always decide to go on a Shield Breaker, because the first hit is what matters on this team. You can go for Ruthless Ambush if you want to. 8% more damage. But I'll be very honest with you guys, Thaar deals so much damage, okay, that you don't really need to go crazy on all of these things. But that was all for this video, guys. This, in my opinion, is the craziest team in Raid Shadow Legends, the strongest arena team. Yes, it does have counters, but nothing else farms faster than this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as usual, much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.